Good morning. Those of you who have kids, you know that you constantly watch them when they grow up. You see if they learn or not. Did this guy learn how to tie his shoes? Or do you have to teach him again? You do this as a parent. And it's very similar with the politicians. You watch them with fascination. And you are curious, will they learn or not? And they never do they? You watch guys like Macron and Trudeau and Merkel and Theresa May and so on, and they don't learn. Now politics is different because you have parties, of course, and people are replaced and parties go in different directions, in new directions. So a party can actually learn, I think. Yeah, I'm sure they can. And we have an example of this in Sweden. I'm watching this party quite closely now because it's important for Sweden. It's the moderate party. They are sort of left alone now. Yeah. They didn't join the socialists and they had a choice. They had to choose between going left or right. And this party used to govern Sweden. This was like 5-6 years ago. And we had this globalist traitor, Fredrik Reinfeldt, as PM. He opened the borders and then he left. This moderate party globalist traitor. Then he was replaced by a woman, and then she was replaced with this guy. And this is what they now have as chairman. And yesterday, the Stockholm branch, this was very surprising to me, but the Stockholm branch of the moderate party, they came with this new proposal to cancel public service, television and radio. Just cancel it. Very surprising. But it shows you that something is going on. You see, they have been going downhill for the last 5 years, maybe. And they had to do something. And they sort of decided to do something else. And this is what I think. I think they have been watching Denmark. Something is really cooking in Denmark, of course, as you know. And they get away with it in Denmark. And Denmark, the Danish government decided, maybe it's less than a year ago, they decided to cut public service radio very much, almost in half. And they got away with it. People seem to like it. So I'm pretty sure that the Swedish moderates, they are sort of secretly watching what's happening in Denmark. Because the Danish and the Swedes are quite similar in attitude. The Danish are more courageous, you might say. The Swedes are more cowards. Yes, they are softer. The Danish are tougher. In general. Yeah, I can confess this, no problem. So, but they are quite similar. So I'm sure that the moderates think that if this is working in Denmark, we might get away with it also here in Sweden. Maybe we will turn this bad trend around. And another thing about the moderate party, I'm sure that I know that there are some good guys in this party. And they haven't been able to express their views for a long time. It's been too politically correct, you see. So now as this is shifting, these guys are starting to speak up. So it's the Stockholm branch. They want to stop public service TV and radio. And the same thing with the youth party, the moderate youth party. They want this too. And then there was another branch who suggested that we should just cut it very dramatically, cut it down. That's happening. Well, I have to say something about this party. It's a globalist party. It is, yes. So you can't vote for them. But what I want here is a coalition between the moderate party, the Christian Democrats and the nationalists. As a start, that's the first thing that I want. And they should govern Sweden, of course, for a time. And then they should all go nationalists. Yeah. This is what I want. And maybe we do have a chance here in Sweden. All right. What do you think? Bye.